Okay, I think we might be live. Although I'm not appearing on my phone yet. To be clear, I always like to check that we're live on the phone. It's probably just a bit of a delay. Hello, welcome to the third of the live streams here on the channel. This is a monthly thing where I like to talk about something pop culture. Sometimes I pick a theme or something like that. Sometimes it's just, in this instance, something really easy like doing some tier lists. We'll talk about all sorts of things. There's some people in the chat already. Hi to Arkham Ben 17 and hi to Lewis Frisbee. Thank you very much for joining us. I don't know if I'm being seen yet. Let me know. Because my phone's playing an advert now. And I'm going to let it run to get that 0.00001 pence of a penny in ad revenue. Arkham Ben 17. Oh wow, Lego Doctor Who set in the back. Yes, that is my Lego Doctor Who set. Can't see it very well because there's not much light over there. Alexa, turn on small lamp. Oh, that's bright. Yeah, maybe you can see it, but no, you still can't really see it. It's still just too blurry. Yep, got my little Lego Doctor Who set over there. Thank you very much for noticing. Alexa, turn off small lamp. If anybody's listening to this on speakers and I've just confused their device. Alexa, turn off small lamp. Thank you. Where are we? Jace says, hi, Phil. Hey, Phil. Dr. Floyd says, what's up? Lewis Frisbee says, we can see and hear you. Good. Glad to hear it. And Herbie Varsworth. I see you. Good. Glad I'm seen. Like I said, I'm going to be talking a bit about... I'm very unprepared today because I was crisis with my weekend plans. I am going to see Time Fracture at the weekend. Fingers crossed, if everything goes to plan. That's the Doctor Who immersive theatre event, which just looks amazing. And I'm just sorting out mostly childcare issues around that and hotel stuff and things. It's all a bit crazy last minute, but looking forward to that. Has anybody been to it yet? Has anybody been to Time Fracture? Because it looks amazing, and it's immersive theatre is something that I love. I've been to, there's a company called Punch Drunk, which have done several around the world, but also in London. I went to one called The Drowned Man in London, which was in a whole warehouse, and you just got to follow the actors around, and you could, I remember there was one scene where two characters were having a blazing row, and then they, ended their row and went off in two completely different directions. And you as the audience can choose who you follow and to which room, whatever room they go to. And so you get sort of like a choose your own adventure, but for theatre. Really good at concept. Love it. And yeah, so the Doctor Who one of those is called Time Fracture, part of the Time Lord Victorious event. So I will be doing a canon update on it at some point. The final Time Lord Victorious canon update to cover what I find out about how it links into the Time Lord Victorious storyline. Although, because there's apparently 17 different basic storylines you can follow in this thing, there's no guarantee that I will actually encounter Time Lord Victorious related content while I'm in there, even though it is there somewhere. So that could be a problem for making the video, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Lewis Frisbee's Alexa is going mad right now. Sorry. You should put headphones in. Then anyway, I promise not to activate her again. Jace's one never listens to them. Dr. Floyd says they're lovely. Starfish Haddock. There. So you've got to be careful. You can't just say the name because it will activate. But if I say it quietly enough, it might not. Starfleet Haddock's Alexa keeps telling me that they can't find a device called Small Lamp. Yeah, sorry. I've just made everybody's living rooms go crazy. Ah, dear. Arkham Ben 10, Time Fracture. I've heard a lot of good things about. I hope you enjoy. Yeah, if I get there. Fingers crossed. Dr. Floyd, I want to go to that at some point. Yeah, you should. It looks really good. I will obviously talk about it more in my canon update video and probably on next month's live stream as well. So, just talking about what I thought of it, because the canon update won't be a review as such. It's going to be focused on the lore and stuff that we learn, if I learn anything that ties into Time Lord Victorious. So we'll have to see. Yeah, right. So what else was I going to do before heading into the tier list? So in the last week, we've had Father's Day, and I thought I'd show off my... I've got 2 kids, and they tend to get me. One of them's 1, so it's not like they have a say in it because my wife chooses the present. But my daughter, who is 6 years old, chose the present from her, and that was this. Nice sonic screwdriver there from my daughter. So nice little toy to play with. From my son, who is 1 year old and therefore did not pick this himself, I got this t-shirt. It's a nice take on the Mandalorian logo. It says Dadalorian. That's what I got for Father's Day this year. I just thought I'd mention that, as it was only a few days ago. And then I can anticipate more presents in the coming weeks, because in about 2 weeks' time it's my birthday. So that'll be nice too. I always like to show off what geeky stuff I got for my birthday. Usually I do a video, so if I find time, I'll show you what geeky shit I get for my birthday at some point. What else is I going to talk about before we get to the tier rankings? Podcast update. This is the Red Dwarf review podcast I do every week with fellow YouTuber Adam Martin. We're working our way through every episode of Red Dwarf, and we're up to about towards the end of Series 3 now. We've been recording Series 4 already, and we've got some more guests coming on who will be announced shortly on the Twitter account. So do go follow that Twitter account for the show, which is at All Dead Dave Pod, because the podcast is called Everybody is Dead Dave, but that is too long for Twitter's username, word, number count, letter count thing. So you're only allowed a maximum of 15 characters, apparently. So I had to go with All Dead Dave Pod for the Twitter account. So we're going to be announcing some exciting guests that are going to be appearing in Series 4 on that very soon. So there we go. So yeah, this week, I thought I would do some tier rankings because I wanted something relatively simple. So if you've got any suggestions of any tier rankings that you particularly like, I'm really looking for some slightly quirky ones. Like, I found a few that I'm going to do already, but if you've got any suggestions, pop the link in the chat to them. So they have to be ones that are already created, obviously. Something like, I don't just want to do, hey, what's your favorite episode, or what's your favorite rank these seasons. That's a little, there's so many of those out there. I'm looking for like the more quirky ones, and they're hard to find on the search. I'm going to do one. I've got a few Doctor Who ones lined up. One of which is who should be the next Doctor, which is why the title is what it is. Another one is the 8th Doctor Companions, because I'm a big 8th Doctor fan. I've got an MCU one, which is MCU Weapons, and somebody on Twitter suggested my friend Marcus suggested doing a Buffy characters one as well. So I'm going to do a Buffy characters one. But if you've got any other suggestions, do let me know in the chat. So, talking of the chat, let's go to that. Did I get the Season 24 Blu-ray set? I did. I got it from Amazon, so it came later than everybody else's that didn't get them from Amazon, because Amazon were being rubbish. I don't know why I ordered it from Amazon. I think it might have been because they had it up first, and all the other sites didn't have it listed. So when it was announced, so I just ordered it from Amazon, and I probably intended to cancel it and then order it from somewhere like HMV, but then forgot. So I ended up getting it from Amazon, which I suppose is better than last time, where I ordered it from Amazon, intending on then ordering it from HMV, did order it from HMV, but forgot to cancel the Amazon one, so I ended up with 2. So yes, I have got that. When I will get around to watching it is another matter, though. I've managed to catch up and have every one of the collection box sets, and I've watched a grand total of 1 of them through so far, watching all of the episodes and the special features. So I don't know when I'll get around to this season, to be honest. It's just come out, but it's sitting nicely on my shelf. Yes, Dr. Floyd, my 1-year-old, does have amazing taste in fashion. Arkham Ben says, is that Sonic Screwdriver the 2020 re-release? It's brighter and louder than the OG one from 2018. I don't know. I mean, it was bought this year, so I assume so. If that's the one that's up, probably came from Amazon, I'm imagining. Is it brighter? It might just be my settings on, camera settings and stuff as well, making it a bit brighter. I'm experimenting with a ring light, which I've only just got. It's making my face look very orange at the moment. I do have different modes. There's this one. Ooh. And this one. Or the original, this one. And I don't know which one. Clearly my white balance is adjusting every time I do that. Yes, someone just said Star Trek. If you're talking about doing tier rankings, I would love to do a tier rankings for Star Trek. I did a quick look, but I couldn't find any that weren't just like, hey, rank the captains, hey, rank the episodes. I kind of want something a bit weird. If you can find one for me on the tier rankings website, then I'll do it. Let's do a Doctor Who one to start with. So I've got this one, which is why have I brought up code? I don't want code. 8th Doctor Companions. Now, if I've cropped this correctly, I'm gonna have to check on my one when the delay catches up. You should be seeing what I want you to see and not all of the random tabs and stuff, which are my hotel bookings. Let me just check that. You can tell I'm very new to this. So I think you can't see the people, can you? That's annoying. Okay, well, here we go. First person we got is this person who is from the Time War series, and I can't remember her name. What is her name? She's from the Big Finish Time War set. I really like her. She's quite a good companion. I've listened to all of the 8th Doctor Time War ones, and I'm gonna put her in good, I think, because yeah, she's quite enjoyable to listen to. She's got a feisty personality. Yeah, quite like her. And somebody may have to help me out on this next one, because I'm not entirely sure who this is. This might be from one of the comics I haven't read, or it's possibly I don't know, could it be the companion from the Radio Times comics from the 90s? Possibly, the little short comic panels. I should know her name because I've just written a short story with her in, but what's her name? Is it Stacy? Or is that a different one? With the ones with the ice, these are the comics with the Ice Warrior as a companion as well, who I notice isn't in here, so maybe that's not her. I'm going to go with Just Neat anyway. If it is her, I'm going to put her as Just Neat. If it's not her, then let me know in the comments below. In fact, let me just check. I forgot to change back. We'll get Inception when I do that. I've got to change back to me to do that. God, this live streaming is just trying to boggle my mind. So Bliss. Yes, Bliss is the name of the one from the Time War series. Indeed it is. Thank you for that, Arkham, Ben, and Jace. 8th Doctor Time War sets are the strongest in my opinion. Yeah, they are very good. I also really like the Doom Coalition ones. They're really good too. Do you mean the strongest out of the 8th Doctor stuff, or do you mean the strongest out of the Time War stuff? I also really like the Gallifrey Time War stuff as well. That's good. Oh, I didn't forget Chris. He's in there. He's on that list. Let's go back to it. So, why does it keep doing that? Okay, so we got the guy from... Why is my memory failing me? Everyone's just going to have to remind me of the names of these people. Chung Li, maybe? Something like that. He was the one, he betrayed the Doctor to start with and, got better. He got, effectively got him killed to start with. Got the 7th Doctor killed due to running into that alleyway. So, I don't know. I mean, I think he could have had potential if he'd gone on to be in other stuff. But because he was just in that one movie, I don't know. Just between just neat and bad, but I'm not sure which. I'm gonna go bad. Sorry, guy from TV movie, whose name I can't remember right now. That's shocking, isn't it? Okay, so we've got Charlie next. Charlie is the original Eighth Doctor Big Finish companion, and somebody who initially, when I first started listening to Big Finish audios, I didn't like. There was something about her voice that I didn't like. It grated on me a bit, and I kind of just found the character a little bit annoying. But over the years, she has grown on me massively. And actually now, even listening back to those early ones, although I do think, again, the early characterization of her was possibly a bit weaker, because I think it was very stereotypical. They went for the stereotypes of the Victorian lady. And I think they leaned away from that a bit more as she grew as a character and she got more interesting. But when she was being very stereotypical, it annoyed me a little bit. But listening back to those early ones more recently, not as annoyed as I used to be by it. I think probably because I became fond of her later on, it didn't get quite as bad. So I'm going to put her in good. That's where she's going. She's going in good. Then we have Chris, who travelled with Charlie and the Eighth Doctor for a little while in the Divergent storyline and a little bit beyond. Yeah, I mean, going down here, isn't it? Ugh, I think he had. Are there any Chris fans out there? I don't know if it's just because I've done it again. I don't know if there's any. Hold on. There we go. I don't know if there's any. If it's because I just wasn't keen on the Divergent storyline. Overall, that whole era of the Eighth Doctor is probably my least favourite of the Eighth Doctor Big Finish stuff. So maybe there's a thing there where I've gone, I don't know, yeah. Trial by association. I don't know, what do you think? People in the chat, yeah, I love Inception. Yeah, Inception's great, just not on my screen right now. As long as Lucy Miller is God. We'll get to Lucy Miller in a minute, don't you worry. Arkham Ben, Doom Coalition's okay. I mean, the strongest of the Eighth Doctor in terms of box sets, that and Dark Eyes. Yeah, Dark Eyes, the first one, I think the first box, when they hadn't planned for it to be a 4-box thing, the first box was great. And I think the next 3 boxes were good, but it showed that they hadn't planned this as one cohesive storyline. They'd done the first one, it had been massively successful, it had won awards, and then they decided to carry it on as opposed to planning it from the start and knowing where it was going from the start, which is what I think you had more with Doom Coalition, and why I like Doom Coalition so much, because it's such a coherent story from box set 1 to box set 4. It has a through line more, and it just felt like it was more thought out because of that, which is why I prefer those ones, Doom Coalition to Dark Eyes. Chang Lee from the TV movie. Yes, thank you, Arkham Ben. Arkham Ben also says Charlie's a bit hit and miss, and they blame Gary Russell. Okay, is it Gary Russell's fault? I don't know. He was in charge of Big Finish at the time? Was he the executive producer of Big Finish at the time? I think so. Here's where I make this appear again. There we go. Always does that. So next we have, I think this is meant to be Fitz, Fitz mostly from the Eighth Doctor novel range. Him and Sam were the companions in that. And I'm reading one of those books at the moment. I'm currently reading Parallel 59, which has Fitz in it. And Compassion is the other companion there. And I really like Fitz. He's just such a character. The guy is like, he's got a one-track mind. Pretty much every story he's trying to sleep with at least one woman. If not, in the one I'm currently reading, 3. So and just seeing him kind of get him into trouble and trip him up is quite funny when, like, in this last one, the women find out about each other and things. It's like a little soap opera in the world of Doctor Who at the same time. I like Fitz. He's from the 1970s, I think. London, is it 70s or 60s, something like that. And he's got a interesting backstory. He has a habit of getting captured quite a lot and brainwashed quite a lot. But everyone's got to have their tropes. The Eighth Doctor loses his memory quite a lot. And Fitz gets captured and brainwashed a lot. I'm going to put him in the WoW. I really like Fitz. Fitz is a fun character. Grace Holloway from the TV movie. I'm going to put, again, I think I'm going to put her in just neat. She's definitely above Chang Li. But she, again, might have done better had she had some more development in future things. But unfortunately, due to the licensing around the TV movie, she's not even been able to be in any expanded media. Apart from one, I think there was one story with her in, but there's some rights issues, which means that Big Finish can't use her and stuff. They've used the actress as another role, but they can't use her for that. I just realised how long this is taking, and I had so many of these tier lists lined up that probably I'm not going to get to them all. Okay, who's this? This person I don't recognise. Oh, is that Helen? Is that Helen Sinclair? Yeah, that must be Helen Sinclair, I think. She's good. I like Helen. She's in the current range. I think she joined in... Can't remember if it was Doom Coalition or Ravenous. I think it was one of the Doom Coalition box sets she joined. I really like Helen. I'm going to put her in good. I don't know who this is. Who's this? Anybody? Can anybody help me? Who is this person? For now, I'm going to put I don't know her. Also, I don't know her. There were men on this list. Whoever wrote this list, I don't know them would have been better. Because that's not a her. And that's not a her. And that's not a her. There we go. Then we got Livchenko. I really like Livchenko. She's really good. And she came in the first Doom Coalition box set, I think. Well, actually, she's originally from a 7th Doctor story, Big Finish story, one-off. And then later on got brought back for the 8th Doctor stuff. And I really like her. She's really excelling in Stranded, which is the latest ones. Stranded 1 and 2 are out already. I'm going to put her in WoW. Now, somebody was waiting for Lucy Miller. Here she is. Where am I going to put her? Shall I put her in ugh? No, I won't put her in ugh. I really like the 8th Doctor ones that they did around that era when the 8th Doctor broke away from the main range and had his own sort of series for the first time. And they were doing it in a much more pacey modern way. And I really like Lucy Miller. She is up here. Where is she going to go? Is she going to go WoW, or as someone earlier said, is she going to go in the God tier? I don't know. Do I like her more than Liv and Fitz? I think I like her more than Fitz. Do I like her more than Liv? I don't know. I don't know if I do. Am I going to put anybody in the God tier? I don't know. I'm going to go... Ooh. No, sorry. I can't put her above Liv. I think equal with Liv. These are my two favourite 8th Doctor companions, I think. That's Mary Shelley, isn't it? I think. From the short-lived three sort of stories that he was... she shared travels with the Doctor. I think she was good. I liked having Mary Shelley along. And the stories were good. She was interesting. She had an interesting personality. Then we've got Molly, who is the Dark Eyes of the Dark Eyes series. She's the one with the dark eyes. She was a World War One nurse, battlefield nurse, I think. And she kept on calling the TARDIS a tardy box, which annoyed me. I don't know, it just grated on me every time I heard it. And she didn't stick around for too long. I'm not sure I would call her bad, but I think she's just neat. I don't think she's good or wow or God. Another one, I'm not sure who this is. Maybe you could fill me in. I'll put that down there for the moment. I'm going to go back to the chat for a second and see if anybody has helped me work out who that other person is. Early Big Finish Ace, best companion for me. Also, I liked Chris. Fits. Although I'm a 7 Ace fangirl, so bias AF. Tuxified Arts. I don't blame you. Ace is amazing. If I was in charge of the show and could bring one character back into the show again, it would be Ace. I know they've done the novel and she's appeared up in other things, but having her come onto the show in a similar way that Sarah Jane did, I think would be great. And I think, she has the potential for spin-off like Sarah Jane did as well. So that could be an interesting way to go. They should definitely bring that back. Arkham Ben says, love Grace Holloway. I disagree with what Who Culture said recently in one of their top 10s. What did they say? I do subscribe to Who Culture, but I don't watch all of their videos, and I'm not sure I saw that one. So what did they say? Jace, Helen is one of my favourites. Yes, Helen is really good, which is why she's up there, but not quite as high as Liv. I think that's Izzy. What's Izzy from? Is she from a comic? I find Helen a bit bland. That was Izzy. Okay, yeah, Izzy. Everyone thinks it's Izzy. Okay, the first one. Woman from Scream of the Shulker? Oh, maybe. Who was that? Who's the... No, Scream of the Shulker isn't 8th Doctor, though, so she wouldn't be on the 8th Doctor companions list, would she? Yeah. So Izzy, I don't know Izzy. I don't think I've seen anything with Izzy in, so I can't rank her. She'll have to stay in that I don't know her bit for now. Liv Chink is awkward. And Nicola Walker's a great actress, says Arkham Ben 17. I agree, she is. Oh no, Jace, the pic's too small on his phone. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Izzy is from one of the Doctor Who magazine strips. Ah, yes, I own that, but have not got around to reading it yet. Or at least I own some of them. I own the one with the flood in. Is it that one? Sophia Okanando. Is that the one with the blonde hair? Is that that one? Is that Sophia? I don't know her either. And then finally, the last one they've got on here, I'm sure they've missed some here, by the way, but the last one they've got on here is this person. I'm not sure who that is either. So I'm going to put her down there. So there you go. That's my ranking of 8th Doctor companions. Fun times. Right, that actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. So maybe I won't get as many of these done as I thought. Let's find another one to do. Hold on. I've gone into... thing. I have my list up of... Just going to keep on doing that Inception thing, aren't I? Never mind. She travelled with 8 and the Croton the Cyberman for a bit. She's in the Company of Friends audio. Oh, I do have that. Okay. I've had that, but I can't remember her. But can't remember how I've heard it. Also, Liz 10. Ace would be perfect for working at UNIT as a weapons expert. There is no unit. It's gone. Well, it's underground. If the promotional material for Time Fracture is to be believed. She's in Scream of the Slouker. Slouker? Do you mean Shauker? But that's not an 8th Doctor story, is it? No. That's a alternative 9th Doctor story with Russell E. Grant, isn't it? Yeah. Tamsin from the EDA Series 4. Oh, it could be. Yes. Okay. Yes. I know who that is. That makes sense. Okay, in that case, I shall add her on somewhere. I will... This one, Tamsin. Okay, I'm going to put her into bad then. Didn't really like her. So, there you go. There's my final ranking. Ta-da. Right. Now I've got to find another one. What one was I going to do next? Okay, let's do a non-Doctor Who one. What do you want me to do? I'll give you a choice. We've got Buffy characters, MCU weapons, or Lego set themes. So literally, we're talking about Lego earlier on, but like somebody's listed all the different themes, like City, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Pirates, blah, blah, blah. And we can rank those. Or MCU weapons or Buffy characters. Let me know in the chat, and I will do one of those. Just gonna have a drink of water. Okay. Any suggestions yet? Buffy. Jace says Buffy. Okay, yeah, I could do a Buffy one. Buffy characters. There's a Buffy and Angel characters. I could do that one. Buffy. Jace really wants a Buffy one. Okay, we're gonna do Buffy. We're gonna do Buffy characters. There's less tiers on this one, so we might even get to see the people before we but lined up at the bottom. Interesting mix of characters they've got here. Some main characters, some villains of the seasons, some secondary characters. Interesting. So we've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and straight to the Hellmouth. Okay, first up, Angel. Angel in Buffy itself, I kind of always felt was a bit bland and boring. But once he was in his own show, especially after the first season, so the second season onwards, when they got a bit of a, they used him for comedy a bit more as well. When they got him to flex those sort of muscles a bit, I really liked him in his own series. Angel, I prefer Angel as a series to Buffy. I like both, but I do prefer Angel, so I'm going to put Angel in A tier. Anya, who doesn't love Anya? She's just quirky, weird, and the fact that she lived so long as a demon and always says these inappropriate things. She's going in S tier. Love a bit of Anya. What? No, I've got to remember. No, that's not Warren. Is it Andrew? Is that Andrew? Yes, Andrew, who was one of the trio of bad guys, of human bad guys, geeky human bad guys, in the 6th series, and then joined the Scooby Gang in series 7. I like him. He's a kind of funny little nerdy guy. I wouldn't quite put him up here though. I'm gonna put him in A as well. I like him. Gunn. I like Gunn. Gunn is good. He's a little bit. His storyline in Angel isn't that interesting though. There was some good stuff in series 4 when they dealt with him getting the extra brain power and stuff. But I'm gonna put him in B. I do like Gunn. It's not a bad score. It's not quite as high as the others. Ben. Ben was the human vessel of glory in series 5 and season 5. And he's just a bit boring, as a character. I didn't really like him much at all. Now, I don't know in this picture if the picture's meant to be the cheese guy or the first Slayer. Because, they could have picked a better... I'm sure they could have got a better picture of the first Slayer. So is it the cheese guy? The cheese guy in the dream sequence at the end of... is so weird, and that whole sequence and that whole episode is very sort of David Lynchian, and I love it. It's so wacky and weird. I have a feeling though, if it was him, he'd obviously be S tier. I have a feeling it's the first Slayer though. I like the concept. The concept is good. I'm gonna put it in But as a character itself, I like the concept. As a character, you don't really see much of her, so I'm maybe going to put her in B. Buffy herself, well, the original main character, and what can you say? I'm going to put her in A. Not quite S. Anya is beating Buffy. Can you believe it? Amazing. Caleb, I love Nathan Fillion. Great actor. Great at comedy. I don't think this is one of his best roles, though. I'm actually going to put him in C. It was a bit one note, generic. Didn't really like it. Connor, Angel's son from series 4 of Angel, season 4 of Angel. He gets a lot of hate, but actually I don't think he's a bad character. I think he can be quite interesting. What they did with him, he wasn't a bad actor, certainly. I saw that leveled against him, and no, he was a good actor. And you can see that with the difference between how he is when he's on his one appearance in series 5, season 5 as well. And I thought his storyline was really good. He's not a massive standout, but I'm going to put him in B. Cordelia. Cordelia has so many different phases of her life. And obviously the actress was treated appallingly by Joss Whedon in the latter years in Angel when she was pregnant. But we are ranking the character here, not the actress. If it was the actress, I'd put her up in S, definitely. The character, I wasn't that keen on her in Buffy, although she definitely served a purpose. Actually, when she was dating Xander, it was quite funny. That's probably when I liked her most in Buffy. But in Angel, she was a fantastic character. It's a real shame what happened to her and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. So I'm going to put her up in A, I think. Mainly because of the Angel stuff. Oh, what's next? We've got... Well, I've gone blank on her name. Angel's sire. Darla. Darla, that's it. Darla. It's been so long since I've watched these shows. I like Darla. She's good. Interesting character. Again, when she was in Buffy, that first season of Buffy, not a particularly interesting character. But when she was in Angel, much more in-depth. Much more depth to her character, just generally much more interesting. I'm going to put her in B, I think, for this. Now, let's, while I've done that amount, let's check the chat and see if anybody's got any opinions on this. Lego things would be cool, but how would you rank it? It's just preferences. I mean, it is. That's what tier ranking is. It's all just preferences. I haven't watched in a while, so I might not remember. What, Buffy stuff? No, me either. I haven't watched it in a good 10 years, I think. The Stuff, 1996, says, good evening. How are you? I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. We're doing some tier rankings, and we're currently on a Buffy and Angel character one. Let's go back to it. Who we got next? Dawn. Again, another character that gets too much hate, I think. Dawn is meant to be annoying. That's, like, especially in season 5, she was written that way deliberately. The purpose she serves on the show, I think, is really good. And I think the actress, Michelle Trachtenberg, I think her name is, did a really good job with it. I'm going to also put her in B. Drusilla. Very quirky, weird character. The actress, Juliet. Can't remember how to pronounce her last name. But she's also played Romana in Big Finish audio dramas. Romana 3 in Big Finish audio dramas. I really like her. I'm going to put her up in S tier. I really like her. Faith. Faith is just this feisty character. Yeah, she's morally questionable, especially in those early seasons, but she has a great redemption arc throughout Angel, series 4, season 4, and then into Buffy season 7 as well. So I really like her. I'm putting her up in S tier. Fred. Poor Fred. Got turned into Illyria. I like Fred. Fred's great. From her introduction being trapped in this demon dimension, I think she had a great storyline in terms of personal growth as Fred, and then the whole getting turned into Illyria thing. Illyria is not a separate character on this tier list, so I'm going to wrap the Illyria character in this as well and put her up as S tier. No, S tier? No, A tier. I'm going to put her A tier. The next one, though, Giles. Giles, the man. I love Giles. Definitely S tier. He's the man. He's just good. It's like, he's not just a stuffy librarian, which you think he is in the first season. Then you get to find out the Ripper backstory in later seasons when he's basically like the cool dad, isn't he? He's great. I love a bit of him. A little bit of Giles. Anthony Head is a great actor as well. Doyle, from the first half of the first series of Angel before tragically dying. The actor, him, also died couple of years later, sadly. I'm going to put him... I don't think he's a bad character. This is my sort of cut-off, the sort of B to C. B is still good characters. C is I'm starting not to like them. So I like him, but there's nothing really... He has a good final story, but other than that final story, there's not a massive amount to his character. Glory, yeah, she was an alright villain. I think a bit overpowered as a villain. Well, yeah, the kind of slightly crazy chick. I don't know. I'm going to put her in B. Not massively great. Harmony, another one that changed massively because obviously she was one of Cordelia's high school friends and just one of those sort of slightly bully characters in the first few seasons of Buffy. But then she got turned into a vampire. And when she came back as Spike's girlfriend, and then later as Angel's receptionist at Wolfram and Hart, that's where she shines. And the comedy she brought to it was brilliant. I'm going to put her in A. Jenny Calendar. B, not a bad character, just kind of a bit, yeah. Jonathan. I thought the actor did a really good job. But as a character and as his storylines, I mean, he was a bit creepy. Yes, he was meant to be creepy, but not in a massively interesting way. His one really good storyline was Earshot, where he has the bit where basically he's gone up into a clock tower to kill himself. That was his one good song. I did quite like Superstar, where he also changed the world to revolve around him using magic. But all of the stuff with the, I don't know, out of the three of the trio, he was the least interesting, I think. So I'm putting him in C. Joyce, the mum, she's right. It's a bit. I kind of feel like I want a tier between B and C here because I don't dislike her as a character, but I don't think she brought a massive amount to it. In fact, I think she brought less than these people. So I don't know. No, she did have enough good stuff, I think, to go into B. Kate, though, the police officer, has to go into C, I think. They just wasted her, I think. The writers didn't really know what they wanted to do with her, and she just kind of ended up disappearing with not much conclusion to any arcs that they'd kind of started to set up with her. So, yeah. Ooh, Wolfram Hart Lawyers. I can't remember her name. She ends up in a relationship with Wesley, and I think she can go in B tier. Then there's Lindsay, the other one. He can go in A tier. He was more interesting and had a more, and came back again later in the last season, which is quite nice. Lorne, karaoke singing, club lounge singing demon. Got to go in A, in S even, hasn't he? Oz. I like Oz. He's alright. He's not S. He's going to go in A. Riley. Sorry, Riley, you're going in C. Principal Wood is going in also C. Sorry, not interesting. Spike is definitely S tier. He's got to be. James Masters. What a character that guy created. Tara. A or B? A or B? I really liked her sort of plot line, her relationship with Willow when she was trying, especially when she was trying to pull Willow out of the addiction of magic. That was all interesting stuff. But when she was first introduced, I don't know, she kind of felt a little bit, and partly she was written that way deliberately, a little bit bland. Is that the right word? But then they did that, I think, to show her growing confidence. So no, I'm going to put A or B. I don't know. It's between these two. Maybe B. Maybe B. Warren, the person who killed Tara. I can't put him above Tara, can I? But he is an interesting character as like the plot lines around him were interesting. He in the comic book continuation, he comes back as because Willow flays him alive, gets rid of all of his skin, and he comes back alive in that as like a skinless person. It's very freaky in the comics. Oh, Wesley and Buffy wasn't very interesting. Wesley in the early Angel also wasn't very interesting. Wesley in series 3 Angel, very interesting. That he got interesting there, and he was quite good in series 4 too. So maybe A. If I was just ranking this on the final couple of seasons of Angel, he'd probably be S, but A. Willow, yeah, A. No, S, A. I really do like Willow. No, A. And finally, rounding off the Scoobies, we have this guy, Xander, who is going... He's the kind of like, or most, like, he's the character that I most associated with as the kind of geeky teenager at the time I was watching it. But, you know, he makes some questionable choices. And he gets a bit dull around series 4. I'm going to put him in B. And there we go. That is another tier ranking done. I think I'm only going to have time to do one more. I will do the one that I've promised in the title of the video. Because that would be silly if I didn't. There we go. Switch that back. Okay, I'm going to catch up with the chat. Not much going on in the chat. Didn't people not have opinions on? I've also lost some viewers, so clearly Buffy not the not popular in the chat. Anyway, Doctor Who says hi. Cool. Hi, Doctor Who. Right, I'm gonna find the final one we're gonna do today, which is gonna be another Doctor Who one. And it's gonna be. I've got to find it again now. 13th Doctor. Next Doctor. Next Doctor Who, something like that. No, I can't find it now. I found it earlier. Here we go. Who should be the next Doctor? Oh, there's a lot of people on this one. Okay. First of all, before I bring it up, if you haven't seen this, have a guess who might be on there. Who do you think might be on this ranking? Because I can't understand anybody. I don't know if Ollie Alexander's on there or not. Okay, I will tell you Ollie Alexander is on there. So you will see where I put him on, where I'd want him to be the Doctor. Any guesses? Okay, that's enough time. Let's have a look who is on there and see if you got it right. So, here we go. Here is the tier ranking. We've got a whole lot of mixture of very famous people and not so famous people. Now, am I going to do this? I suppose I've got to make a decision over whether or not I would want them. Would I want them to play the Doctor, or are they likely to play it? I'm going to go want to. Because there's a thing saying be better as the master / villain / better as companion. It's good It's a good thing to have. I just realised you can't see the people yet, so it'll be a surprise as they come up one by one. I won't know everybody's name because I haven't got that good a memory, but we'll see. You might have to help me out on the names again here. This guy from Hustle, I do know his name, but I've gone blank on it. He was the main character in Hustle. I think he'd be a really good Doctor, actually. I'm going to put him right up there in A tier. He's got, in Hustle especially, he had this confident swagger. And I've actually met the guy in real life as well. And yeah, he carries that. He has this air of confidence about him that he carries really well. I think that would translate really well to being the Doctor. Yeah, I think he would definitely make a good choice. Andrew Scott, Moriarty from the Sherlock, Stephen Moffat Sherlock. I don't know, he has more master villain vibes to me. He's got this kind of crazy slightly energy in quite a lot of the roles he plays, not just Moriarty. So I think definitely better as a villain. Is that Hayley Atwell? I think that's Hayley Atwell. Hayley Atwell. I think yes. I would love to see Hayley Atwell as a Doctor. Don't think it would ever happen. I think she's too big. But I would love to see it. I don't know who that guy is. Who is that? Somebody help me. Who is this? I'm going to have to put him back down. I don't know who he is. Benedict Cumberbatch. No. Not that he's too big. There's some people that I'm going to discount on this just because they're so big. And he's so associated with other roles like Doctor Strange now and Sherlock. I just don't think it would work having him as the Doctor now. So he is not going on there. Adrian Lester is the name of the person. Yes. I wondered how long this would take. Somebody, Ryan Talbot, has mentioned the amount of bananas I have behind me here. This isn't the half of it, because sometimes we have double that amount of bananas. We eat a lot of bananas in this house. My children have them on cereal. We eat them throughout the day. I have them in smoothies. So we eat a lot of bananas. And because I tend to I work from home at the moment during this pandemic as well. The amount of times I've been on meetings and somebody has mentioned my bananas. It had to come up eventually. Yes, I have a lot of bananas. Right, where was I? Rob Brydon. Rob Brydon as the Doctor. No, he's not. I don't think so. Who's that? Is that what's his name? Chadwick Ejiofor? Something like that? I can't remember his name. He was, what do I know him from? What have I seen him in? He was the bad guy in the guy chasing the crew in the Firefly movie Serenity, wasn't he? B tier, I think. I think he could pull it off. But he's not quite as much as these two, I don't think. Olivia Colman. See, she's an amazing actress. And I didn't used to think that. Back when she appeared in Doctor Who and when she was in Peep Show, I thought she was good in Peep Show as that kind of comic character, but I didn't rate her acting particularly highly. I've since been proven wrong on that. She has done some amazing stuff since. But I don't quite see her as having the right sort of character for the Doctor. Caveat on this is I am willing to give anybody a chance. Even like if one of these people that I've gone, no, I just can't see it. If they got cast as the Doctor, I'd still be like, well, I'll see what it's like. They might convince me. So I would never prejudge, like, to the point where I go, no, I'm not going to like this. I might like it. I just can't imagine liking it right now. Colin, what's his name? Colin something. Merlin, the guy that played Merlin. Would he make a good Doctor? He's been in Doctor Who already, but that hasn't stopped people before. Let's go with C. I don't. Well, maybe B. No, he could make a good Doctor. I'll go with B. Actually, in that jacket with that look he's got there, that could be a Doctor look. I would take that. He looks familiar. What do I recognise him from? Oh, he was in Primeval, wasn't he? I can't remember his name, but he was in Primeval. What do you mean? I don't see it. Daisy Ridley? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you could cast somebody as the Doctor who has been the lead in a trilogy of Star Wars movies. Don't know if that would work. So I'm going to go no. I don't know who that is. Who's this? Who's that? I don't know. I'm going to put him back because I don't know who he is. Oh, I recognize this guy. I can picture him. I can picture him acting, but I'm not sure what it was in. He's got that kind of like, just from that photo alone, I think he has the kind of slightly quirky, maybe it's the longer hair. Might have to lose the beard, because the beard, of course, other than the War Doctor, is a very master thing. I'm going to put him in C. Maybe. That. Who's that? See, half these people I can vaguely recognise, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to put him back as well. Oh, apparently, according to Arkham Ben 17, Olivia Colman was offered the role before Jodie, but turned it down because of the 9 months filming schedule. Somebody, Alex, asked if I'm doing Loki reviews. I was planning to. I tried to record the first episode review and turned out that I didn't have any sound on the video. And I just kind of haven't had the motivation to do it since. I've really enjoyed the series. I'm going to do a one at the end of the series because there's only 2 episodes left. It seems silly to start individual episode reviews now. I'm going to do just a wrap-up review at the end for Loki. Lex also said Tom Hiddleston should be the next Doctor. He's probably on this list somewhere. There's a lot of people. I need to carry out. Well, look, we're already up to an hour. I need to get through this. Okay, I'm going to skip to ones that I know because there's a lot of people I don't know. I'm just going to do the ones I know. Ewan McGregor, far too famous. No. Martin Freeman, similarly, has too many connections to too many other characters, I think. I don't think it would work. The guy that played Ron Weasley, can't remember his name. No, I don't know. I don't see it. Is that David Harwood? Harewood? I think that's his name. No, I don't see that one. I'm probably slightly more than these guys, but yeah, somewhere about there, I think. Hugh Laurie. No, I can't see Hugh Laurie. Not now as the Doctor. Maybe like 20 years ago, but not now. Idris Elba. I'm going to go no. I think he's got too much. I mean, again, with a pinch of salt, I'm willing to give everyone a chance. And every Doctor should have something radically different about them from the next one. So there's no reason why they couldn't do this. But to me, in my head, the Doctor isn't a massive physically imposing person. And however you dress Idris Elba, he's going to look like a massive physically imposing person. He's a big, tough guy. And I just don't think, therefore... And he's always played tough guys. And, yeah, so I don't think that would really work. Again, willing to be proved wrong. I'd prefer him as the Doctor than James Bond. Weirdly. No, would I? Maybe not. I think he could have worked as James Bond about 10 years ago, but I now think he's too old for James Bond. It's the guy, the Welsh guy that played Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four movies. Don't see it. Well, I put him in C. The woman from Killing Eve? Maybe B. Again, see, we got another Star Wars problem here. So I'm afraid same problem as Daisy Ridley. Hey, going in there. I haven't met anybody in the better as a companion. You know what? I'm gonna move. Oh no, I did. I put him as a villain. Let's put him as a companion. He'd be better as a companion. The one that always comes up. The one that always comes up via the tabloids. No, I don't. I just don't see it. I've never seen it. Every time he gets suggested, Chris Marshall. I don't see it. I'm gonna put him in C. Miranda. No, don't see it. Oh yes, he's going in S. What's his name? Joseph. Oh no, is it Joseph Patterson or Patterson Joseph? Patterson Joseph. That's it. Because it sounds like it should be the other way around, but it's not. Patterson Joseph, definitely. This guy, ever since the show came back, I've been saying, because he was in an episode of season 1 as well, but I thought that he should be up for playing the Doctor. This actress, who I know but can't think of the name of, she could be okay. I'll put her in B. Is that Ben Whishaw? I think that's Ben Whishaw. I'm going to put him in A. A? Yeah, he could be a good Doctor. Can't remember her name from Fleabag. I'm just looking at the chat. The guy who played Reed Richards in the original Fantastic Four. It's a Welsh name. I can never pronounce Welsh names. Is it Iwan Gwafford? Would be a great Doctor. Maybe. I'd put him in C category. Joseph Adams says, hi, stuck at home for 2 weeks self-isolation. Oh no, that sucks. Can't wait to watch Doctor Who Season 18 on Blu-ray. Well, yeah, use that time wisely, Joseph. Have you heard Supercar is coming on Blu-ray, Philip? I don't know what Supercar is. What's Supercar? I want Tilly Keeper play as the next Doctor. Don't know who Tilly Keeper is. Lily James. That's Lily James, isn't it? This is Lily James that I'm waving around now. Yes, that's her name. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Yes. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I liked her in Fleabag. I don't think I've seen her in anything else. But she was really good in Fleabag. Kind of quirky. I think she, could go in A. A or B? Maybe A. Maybe I'll move Lily James up to A, actually. Lily James can go up to A as well. Who else we got? Moss from the IT crowd. See, I know he gets brought up a lot, but I think he's he gets brought up because he's very quirky, but he's just playing himself a lot of the time. He's got one character, and I don't know if he's got the range to really bring like the serious side to the Doctor. So I'm gonna go no. This guy, whose name, again, can't remember, but I know who I'm talking about. It's the guy from Years and Years, the guy that was in that very first Black Mirror episode doing something to a pig. And Rory Kinnear, that's his name. And would he make a good Doctor? I can't see it personally. I'm going to put him in C category. Michael Sheen is going up in the S category. I think Michael Sheen would be a great Doctor. Just watch him in Good Omens. Watch him in he's definitely got the acting range. Just watch him in any of the serious dramas he's been in. He can turn himself into anybody. He's played so many different real life people in docudramas and things and he does it always fantastically. He could create a really interesting version of the Doctor, I think. Who is that? Don't know. Putting them back. The Stuff 1996 says Ardal O'Hanlon from Hanlon, even from Father Ted. Would make a really good Doctor. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, maybe. Who's this? Thingy that plays thingy. What my mind's gone blank. Let's go. I don't. Alan Partridge. Is the character he plays. No. But not no down here. More no up here. Oh look, Tom Hiddleston. There we go. Tom Hiddleston. Sorry, too famous. I couldn't watch it without just thinking of Loki all the time. Is this now I can never remember which one's which. Is that Sue? Is that Sue or is that Mel? That's Sue, isn't it? Is she an actress as well? I thought she was just a TV presenter. And based on that, I'm gonna go no. But no, actually, based on that, I'm gonna go better as a companion because I think maybe actually I'm gonna put Idris Elba as better as a villain. Let's move some of these. Hugh Laurie could be a better villain. Could be a villain as well. That would be good. Yeah, some of those definitely deserve to be better as a villain. Tom Ellis. I think he'd be quite good. He's not going to take the role. He would never take it. But I think he could be quite good. I'm going to put him in A. This guy I only know as a comedian. So I've never seen him do any acting. So I'm going to go no. Some people are on here twice. This guy's on here again. The other guy from Gavin and Stacey. Steve Coogan. That's the name that I was trying to think of. Joseph Adam just mentioned that Evil of the Daleks is coming out on DVD. I was going to mention that. I've already got my pre-order in. No, I don't think he would. He would be better as a companion. Oh, look. It's Mel from Sue and Mel. Again, let's put her in a companion role. I'm just going to... We're running out of... Well, I was meant to stop 8 minutes ago, so I'm just going to rack a load of these on of people that I recognise. Some of these people just come in as, oh, she's really good. She was in Years and Years. Hold on, I'm just dumping her so I can move this up. She was in Years and Years, Russell D. Davis's thing. And then something else recently. What else was she in recently? She was in something else recently as well. She's really good. I'm going to... Actually, I think she's a really good actress. And I've loved her in everything she's been in, or that I've seen. I'm going to go A for that one. A lot of these people I don't recognise. Okay, let's do it. I'm just going to put him there for a second. That's not where he's going, necessarily. Ollie Alexander, rumoured recently. Debunked by his agent. I've only seen him act in It's a Sin, and he was fantastic in that. It was a great role for him. I think it suited him really well. Not seen him act in anything else, although I know he has done other acting, but I've not seen it. So it makes it very hard to judge. I've only got that to go on, really. So I know he's a good actor. And again, I would give anybody a chance in the role to see what they could do with it. It would certainly be a very different take on the Doctor, probably. But I just don't know if I see it. Again, always willing to be convinced. But I think it's between B and C. I'm going to put him in C. I'm just not... I'm not sold on that idea at the moment. Right. So some of these other people we've got... Ben Miller. Ben Miller... No, I don't know. Could he be the Doctor? No, I don't think so. I think he might make an interesting companion, maybe. I don't know why I put this guy in the villain category. I think I meant to put him back down here. or in here or something. Yeah, let's put him in there. The guy from Ralph Little. Is that his name? Yeah, Ralph Little, I think. Could he be? He's already been in an episode. Again, that doesn't mean anything. I don't see him as a Doctor. Could he be a... Yeah, I think he could actually pull off a really good villain, though. Maybe. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else I recognise. I recognise this guy from Stephen Moffat's old sitcom, Coupling. Put him in C. I wish I knew some more of these people, because there's some people I'd be really curious about. Like, who is this? I'm not sure I recognise her. And who's this? And who's this? And I know who this is. But again, he's a comedian, not an actor. I'm going to put him in Joe Lycett as a master. Can you imagine that? Just be writing letters to people. Winding them up. No, I'm going to put him in D. And then I think the final one out of this lot that I'm going to actually put on the thing, because I don't know who most of the other people are, is this guy, who I can't remember the name of again. Is his name Hugh? Is he Hugh? I'm not sure. I'm going to put him in... I don't see him particularly as a Doctor, but no, he's going to go down here, I think. There we go. I'm not going to put the rest on because I'm not sure who they are, pretty much. Yeah, I don't think I know the rest. So, out of these people, this is my ranking of who should be the next Doctor. And I've got these three at the top. Michael Sheen, Patterson Joseph, and Hayley Atwell are my top three of who should be the Doctor. Who is on your list? Hugh Dennis. I got it. It was Hugh. Hugh Dennis. What are people saying on the chat? Let's have a look. Simon Bird, I want to be the next Doctor. Simon Bird was on here, isn't he? That Simon Bird is... Did I put him on? Did I put Simon Bird on? Simon Bird's the In-Betweeners guy, right? I saw him on it. Did I put him on? I've lost him. Oh, there he is. That's him, right? That's Simon Bird. Yeah, I don't know who Emily Attack is, I'm afraid. Michael Sheen was rumoured at one point. I think he'd make a really good Doctor. Joseph Adam wants Louise Jameson to come back as Leela. Yeah, that'd be good too. In September, getting the Web of Fear and Evil of the Daleks. The Master I want to be is Melissa Joan Hart. That's what, Sabrina the Teenage Witch? That means that's Melissa Joan Hart, right? I've got to Google that. Hold on. You've probably seen this, but that's fine. I can't spell. Yeah, American actress, yeah. Melissa Joan Hart. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So it is. Sabrina the Teenage Witch as the Master. Okay. Fine. I'm not sure I see that, personally. But again, willing to give everyone a chance. And Nicholas Ralph, Diana Vickers and Billy Piper, Doctor Who, Doctor Companions. I don't know what you mean, Joseph Adam. Do you mean Diana Vickers would make a good Doctor against Billy Piper as the companion? Well, there we go. That's what I've got. I made my verdict on Ollie Alexander. I don't think he's the right choice for it. But these three, I'll take over these three definitely as my top choice. These ones are also really good choices. Still pretty strong on B category. C is where we're getting to the like, no, I don't see it really. D is like, no, I definitely don't see it. I can't imagine them at all. Whereas these ones, the ones in C category, I don't think it would quite work. But I can kind of vaguely imagine it. The D ones, I can't imagine them at all. And to be honest, most of them are because I so associate them with other characters. And then there's the occasional like Rory Kinnear. I just don't think he has quite the right presence for it. But again, might prove me wrong one day. Who knows? So there we go. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And I think I'm going to have to draw it to a close there. Let's switch that off. And my voice is done to go. Hope you've all enjoyed this. It was a random little thing to do on a first Thursday of the month because I hadn't thought of another topic to talk about. I keep forgetting that talking for an hour makes my voice really go. Oh, let's just have one last look at the chat before we go. Hugh Dennis says Starfish Haddock. Nicholas Ralph, Williams fan 92. Would you want a Doctor Who feature film? Yeah, of course I would. I don't want them to cancel the show to do it, and I would like it in continuity. So how they manage that, and I think that was always the thing that Stephen Moffat said, is like, you don't want to stop the show to do it. But given that we don't get, like, we have whole year gaps between the show at the moment anyway, you could probably squeeze in a feature film in there, couldn't you? I'd like that. That'd be good. Do it on anniversary year, even better. Make it the anniversary special. Make the feature film the anniversary special. I know we had the 50th in a cinema, but make it a proper feature film. James Rolfe as companion. Don't know who that is. I am terrible with actors' names though, so there we go. Hey, thank you for watching this live stream. I will be back in August, first Thursday of August, for another live stream. What the topic will be, I don't know. If you've got any suggestions, do let me know in the comments below. I might make it a completely Doctor Who one. I've been trying to keep these mixed franchises because my channel isn't just Doctor Who. But I know most of my audience is here for the Doctor Who stuff. So I might do just a Doctor Who one. Maybe talking about the next series and what we know about it, what we want to happen. Maybe that could be next month's live stream. Hey, Time of the Whovians United. Great channel there. Go check it out. Hi. And Eamon Breton says Robert Carlyle. Oh, Time of the Whovians loves my LED light. You're talking about the purple one down here, yeah. I've had to keep it quite dark to get the effect on the wall. Because otherwise, if the lights are on too much, you just don't see the colour. It's not powerful enough. But thank you. You've joined right at the end of the stream because I'm about to say goodbye. So my voice is going and I need to go to bed. But thank you for watching. I will be back next month, and assuming I do manage to make it at the weekend, I will be reporting back on Time Fracture. So hopefully going there in 2 days' time. Going to see that in 2 days' time. Thanks for watching.